Hello and welcome to what I call a little review. I try to implement these now after finishing a game or a series. I try to keep them very short, and yeah, the idea was to if we finish this game, like either like after some episodes, then I could do an extra video where I like give my opinion on it and try to describe the basic game a little bit, and yeah, just to give you a point on what I thought about it. Not sure if there's interest in that or not, so I don't know if I keep it to that, but I want to try it out at least a little bit and give you guys a little like heads up on what the game is about, what I liked about it, what I might not, and stuff like that. I try to keep them short as possible. I don't want to ramble on for like 20 minutes and stuff like that, so yeah, I really try to condense it down. If there's just the game that is rather short and it fits just one video, then I might just say a couple of words after everything has rolled up. So, yeah, just put it into the same video. Yeah, to see how that works or not, or maybe I just leave it there. I don't know. But yeah, that's just the idea behind it. And yeah, let's just start with the car dealer simulator. So yeah, it's oh yeah, it is a little structure where I started with the story and the gameplay. And then I go into some of the technical details and then a little summary, and that's about it. So yeah, nothing too complex about it. So yeah, car dealer simulator. You start out as nobody, more or less, and you get introduced by little Sam, who is the kind of one of the characters that you have to deal with, or maybe even the only one. And he introduces you to the car dealership because he's your uncle, and he wants you to take over his business. And yeah, that's where it all starts. You have a small dealership, and just a couple of tools and a couple of workshops, if you want to put it like that. It's all very basic. And he has set up the first deal for you. You just have to get over there and get the car, and then you can take it back to the dealership. Then you have to do some basic fixing and maintaining, and then you can push it out again. There are some workstations. You can wash cars. You can do some body work on them, like remove rust and repair paintings and all that stuff, paints. And then you have a mechanical workshop that's very basic in the beginning, and that expands when you upgrade your dealership. And that's one of the main goals throughout the progression of the game. You have a little PC in your office where you have several apps where you can order parts and like check some statistics and all that stuff. And there you have an upgrade option, and you can upgrade different stations one by one. For these, you have to get higher in your reputation level, and you get reputation by obviously selling cars. This is balanced that way that if you get a car and just fix it poorly, you might be able to make money, but you even can lose reputation. So it's always a balance of get a new car from like a used car from someone, fix it up at least a little bit, then you might get good amount of money, but just a little bit of reputation. But you can also go the extra mile and fix it up to whatever is possible right now with what you have, and then you can sell it for a lot more and get a lot more reputation. So that's the major progression throughout the game, and we have to balance it if you want to like get cars out fast and just take the little increases, but have a lot more like cars to go through, or you like take a lot of time and fix just a couple of cars and then get huge steps forward. I found it to be a mixed approach was the best one. So sometimes you didn't get that much more reputation from like fixing a car completely. So there might be some steps in between where you don't have to like do it to the max, and the increase in reputation is still very valuable. And yeah, with the increased speed where you can push out cars, this gives you a faster increase. But that was just my decision. You might choose otherwise. You can upgrade your whole dealership, you can upgrade the office, you can upgrade your workshops, the mechanical workshops, you get more of them. You can upgrade your car wash, you can upgrade your body workshop, you later get a paint booth and a photo studio. You also get a gas pump up, which you also can increase for with an tire pressure hub, where you can inflate your tires properly, because that is a thing that becomes valuable later as well, because it increases the value at which you can sell cars. And that's the whole progression. So you get more reputation, you get more money, you upgrade your dealership, and so on and so forth. That kind of steps. These are the steps that you have to take to get there. There's some events in between where you have, like, you get informed by an unknown friend that he has a car on sale for you, and he just pops up, and then you have a special offer that's most of the time very, very good. So it would be wise to take them. Then you might be called, as there's wreckage around the area that you can then claim, but you have to tow it. And towing in the beginning is rather, well, not annoying, but it takes its time, because you just have a tow dolly. And you have to get there manually and, you know, like, put it on the back and then move it back to your dealership and move it through all the stations until it's actually drivable again. If that's actually possible in the beginning, you have to check out that. And later you get a tow truck, which makes things a lot easier. And then there's another huge upgrade in the end, which really takes this mechanic to a whole new level, because it frees you up a lot. There's also employees that you can hire later to man the car wash, or you can hire another mechanic. You can also hire someone to take over the body workshop, and then you can automate a couple of workflows. Not completely, but at least a bit, and it takes off a lot of time for you, so you can a lot of work for you, so you have a lot more free time to get more cars, check out for rare cars and something like that, or you can just go and drive around, test cars, whatever you like. So yeah, there's a little bar in the game where a couple of mini games sit as well. I tried them once, but I didn't found them to be very entertaining, but that's just me. I don't know. It's just a waste of time in the end, because it takes ages to get one of those games done. You can play pool or a little bit of darts, I think. And you just sit there for 2 days where nothing happens in your workshop. So I found it to be rather not really useful, because you can't fully automate your dealership. That's the old thing. So yeah, I didn't do that too much. And yeah, that's about the mechanics. You can repair cars. At first, you can do it. You have to do it manually. It's not as detailed as in the original car mechanic simulator games, and it's the same kind of sub model for all cars. So it doesn't matter if you have an SUV or a truck or a sports car or a sedan or whatever. It's always the same, and it's always the same kind of parts. So you don't have to, or the game doesn't differ between different types of, like, suspensions or batteries or engines or whatever. It's always the same. It makes a couple of things easier in the long run, but it also makes it less interesting to do it manually. Whenever you get the first mechanic on board, it's something you really just want to get rid of. At least I was trying to do that as fast as possible. But yeah, that was just me. But it's interesting in the end. It keeps you engaged in the beginning. It's definitely funny. And there's some upgrade to that as well, because first you start with a wrench, and the upgrade is very well hidden, and I think you won't be told about it. I don't know. They might have changed it now, but I wasn't told about it, I think, in the beginning, because when I started out in the game, there weren't such things, I think, or not. There weren't such things, but it wasn't anywhere noted. Let's say that with that. So yeah, that's the mechanic. There are some trophies that you can hunt down later. You have to completely repair cars manually, and then you can drive with them to the junkyard. And there's a little extra, like, device where you can, like, squeeze them together and you get a trophy out of it. I don't know what they're used for. I didn't attempt that at all. It seems like just a stretch for the game, if you want to put it like that. Yeah, not highly interesting for me, at least. So that's about the gameplay. The visuals are pretty nice. They're using the Unreal Engine 5, which is basically a mixed bag, if you want to put it like that. There are some pretty cool effects in there. There's some nice textures in there. But what they never really fixed was the completely crazy ghosting. So if you crank it all up, you have you have the big issue that there is a lot of ghosting in the game. I don't know why it is there. They might have even reduced them by now. I think it was an engine issue, and I saw a couple of comments on Steam there, and someone just pointed it out. What was the issue? Because they didn't like describe the objects that could use this ghosting, like fast-moving car or like some rear lights or something like that, some tail lightings, where it would make sense. I don't know if that's if they didn't do that. I don't know. Maybe they didn't know how to implement it properly, but it was just there, and it was pretty annoying for the picture to really like it was not clear. You know, it always constant like effects on the screen if you were moving through your workshops and moving with the cars. It was really annoying. Maybe it got fixed now. I don't know. Finished it for a couple of weeks now, so yeah, it might be finished by now and fixed. I hope it is, but I can't tell for sure. Apart from that, I find it to be rather good looking for just like the game it is. You know, rather a small team knitted it together. I think it looked rather okay. It's nothing overly spectacular except for the reflection and all that, because you can really crank it up to lumen and all those really high-end features out of the Unreal Engine 5. They implemented them, and that makes the reflections and a couple of other effects really rather spectacular, to be honest. You didn't expect that from a game like that. But yeah, it's kind of mixed bag, as I said. The outer area looks rather not detailed. It's just really barren and not like went not much effort in it. But I think this is not the main point for the whole game to work, so it's not a big deal in the end. So yeah, audio-wise, it is okay. It's nothing really like that gets you out of the seat. The engine sounds are rather basic. There's nothing really exciting to look for. Even the sports cars didn't sound like too crazy. There's some cool sounds in it, and the effects from the game, like all the workshop ones and stuff like that, are like okay. It's nothing that gets in your way. The audio, the voicing from the NPCs are a little bit odd at times because it doesn't fit like the environment. So you clearly know that they were recorded, but I think they were in the demo already, so they haven't changed any of that. It's something you probably get used to talking to these guys. If you negotiate it, you will hear it a lot more. If you don't negotiate and just go and get the cars, you won't have to bother that much with that. So it's a choice, more or less. And yeah, I didn't find it to be too much disturbing, but yeah, you might do so. Just so you know. And that's it with the audio. Like I said, it's nothing really spectacular. To sum it all up, I had my fun. I enjoyed it. It took me around roughly, I think a little bit less than that, 30 hours to get to where I wanted. That was everything. Everything was unlocked and upgraded. I got a couple of bucks to spend. I had all the parking lot where you can park cars for sale filled up and put them on for sale. I didn't sell them in the end, but that was just the goal, to really fill up the whole dealership with cars to sell. Completely fixed and maintained and all that. And yeah, it took me roughly 30 hours. It was fun. The progression was cool. It was enjoyable. And I think for the price that they ask, it's an okay deal. If you get it on sale, it might even be a lot better then. And they're constantly updating the game. They're adding like another small mini games and small mechanics. Like now you're there, you can take on contracts where you have to supply a couple of cars with specific like paints and other details that you have to match to make the contract work. And you will get like a little bit above regular price for the cars. So they are adding mechanics like that all the time, and that's pretty cool. They also added another event to the bar, which I didn't came after I finished the game, which is pretty okay, I think. Which is, well, they maintain the game. They try to keep it interesting. It hasn't changed like the basic progression, the main progression, and it hasn't added too much value to replay it or to keep on playing for me. There's a big DLC plan where you then can head into tuning and modifying cars visually and performance-wise, I think, and where you can do street racing and all that stuff. That might be interesting. Don't know if I go to attend it because it's just like sitting on top there. I don't know. Maybe if they put it out cheap, I might take a look at it. It's not really decided, but yeah, there's this is definitely on the way, and I think it comes out in June if I got that right now. But yeah, let's just so you guys know, there's something, and they're working on additional content. It is yet to see. The funny thing is they have like built a whole complete universe out of this Winston Springs. This how they call the city or the region where the game takes place in the set. And there are a couple of more games to be set in there. There's the Police Chief Simulator where we already played the demo. Then there's another car rental simulator coming out, and then there's another car wash simulator coming out. And it's all from like sister developer teams from the Garage Monkeys who did this one. I'm not sure if they want to knit it all together later, because if you look at the map, there are some borders where you can't go through. It might be like they do it in the older GTA games where you have to progress up until a certain point, and then they open up the bridges, like like they open up these borders, and then you can go there and have maybe other towns, or there's some other small towns, and there are other businesses. Maybe they interconnect them all together. I don't know. That's something I would like to see, because that would be rather pretty cool. But yeah, we don't know for sure. So yeah, that's about the things. I would have loved if they would go some things that they could have improved. I would have loved if they would have added more things to upgrade, like more long range progression. I think it wouldn't have taken them much. Like fully automate the dealership later. It would be really cool if you could like completely zoom out of that game, like have a 2.5D view about the region, where you can then like even like hire or buy other stores, like care about logistics, and like like go into the full management game without having to run around in first person. So there would be so many possibilities that they could have done for, or like adding more other things that you could do with the cars. Like they could have fleshed out the car repairing a little bit more, that you have different parts, and that you have to check what car you want to repair, so that you can order the correct parts, because they all differ from different types, at least not for every single car, but for the types. That would have been cool if they implemented that. Maybe it's planned. I don't know that. But yeah, these are the things. But other than that, I think for the price, it is a fun game for the roughly 30 hours. If you're looking for more, then surely you have to look somewhere else. But yeah, if you go and take it, well, slowly to mid-slow to mid-fast. Not if you're going super fast. If you go to completely speed run it, you probably will get it done a lot faster. But yeah, if you take your time and just don't completely rush through, I think it's rather worth. So, and I would recommend it. So yeah, that's the review for the Car Dealer Simulator. Just shot about 20 minutes now. But with a little introduction, I think, yeah, we're hitting the 15 minutes, so I think I'm good with that. And yeah, tell me how you like it. Tell me what you would have loved to see in the game. And if you've tried the other ones, like the Police Chief Simulator, I think the demo is now completely available to everyone. And there's some more demos coming up for the other games as well that they're planning. So yeah, tell me how you like them. Tell me how you like the review. Maybe it's just crap and I should delete it. That's also okay. Give me your opinion. I want to hear it. And yeah, that's it for the Car Dealer Simulator review. Thank you all very much. Take care, everyone. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
adjusting. One for the tired hands, one for the